and welcome to Ocala Grand Prix TV. I'm your host, Tony Modica. On today's episode, we're going to visit with the founder of OGP, George Alvarado. George has a big history in racing. Very exciting how he came from the ground up and built such a great facility. Next up, we'll have our race recap from Championship Weekend, which turned out to be a very exciting weekend. We crowned some new champions and some past champions. You're really going to enjoy this segment. And now let's get into two very exciting races here at OGP. This will be our shifter class. Again, it'll be combined three classes, our junior drivers, senior drivers, and masters drivers. Again, very fast class here at Ocala Grand Prix. You'll see speeds up to 75 miles per hour as they make their way down the front stretch. Very exciting class of drivers. Currently out the track now getting their hot laps, and here is how we'll line them up. 14 lap final here this afternoon. Everett Thomas in the number 7 on the pole position, Rock senior driver. Outside row 1 making his debut on the Rock senior side, Dylan Gennaro. Dylan in the 741. Rock senior driver Sasha Taranto in the 446. Starting 4th, Pete Lasardi in the number 425, Pete Rock senior driver. Shifter Rock Masters driver Richard Lowe in the 91 will start 5th. 6th will be the 155 of Farshad Bagari, Rock senior driver. Zachary Hollinshead, junior driver. 1 of 2 junior drivers in the field this afternoon. Zachary starting 7th in the 756. Right next to Zachary will be Jade Hubert in the 713. Starting 9th, the 18 at JP Hilton. JP, shifter Rock senior driver. Masters driver Marcio Vera in the 11 will start 10th. 11th will be the 13 of Mike Crook, Masters driver. Neilio Barnes, again Masters driver in the number 31, will start 12th. So 12 drivers combined in the field of 3 separate classes. 14 laps. Again, these are the top tier cars here at Ocala Grand Prix. And we're going to go green. It's out. We're underway. Good little battle down into turn number 1. Dylan Gennaro battling as they work up through the chicane. Again, your pole sitter Everett Thomas in that number 7. So they'll work off at turn number 2. Dylan off to a good start, not a big surprise. Again, Dylan, a lot of experience in the junior shifter cart, and he'll work off the tree turn as your early leader. Dylan, nice little run up through the showcase, opens up a good 5-cart length advantage. They'll hit lap number 1, Dylan Gennaro down into turn number 1. Everett running 2nd, 3rd. It'll be Pete Lasardi in that number 425, so you got 3 shifter Rock drivers working together as they head into turn number 2. 1 cart coming off the exit of that chicane will take care of that as they quickly shuffle around. Looks like 2 carts possibly involved, but Dylan up front. Now we're being told it was Dylan, one of those drivers off the track. So again, your leader coming off the track. So just being informed it was Dylan taking a spin off of the chicane. So a tough break for Dylan Gennaro. Not sure if there was contact. We'll sort that out. But again, we got a brand new leader coming off of that chicane into turn number 2. It is your pole sitter, the 7 of Everett Thomas. So Everett up front. He's under the gun now. Going to lose that spot as they work their way off the tree turn. Pete Lasardi in that number 425. He will take over the top spot. So Pete down off of that showcase. He's your leader as they work down into turn number 1. Now Everett going to go right to the inside. Everett's got it right back. So Thomas, your leader now to the chicane. So Everett Thomas, your pole sitter, has coughed it up a couple times. First it was Dylan Gennaro. Then it was Pete Lasardi in the 425. Now your leader again. Everett Thomas back up front as they work off the tree turn. Quickly working on lap number 4. Pete carrying quick time with a 30.208. So they'll work their way around. Again, just about 30 seconds to get around. OGP here at again 0.6 of a mile. So they are, no doubt about it, are moving right around here. Probably right around 71 miles per hour. Yeah, top tier drivers, again, your shifters. Fastest carts here at OGP, but up front now, your leader, pole sitter, Everett Thomas, and shifter Rock senior driver. Everett off the top part of the showcase, down the front stretch he comes. They'll work down into turn number 1, got a 0.4 of a second advantage. Everett Thomas just turned fast time 29.969. So he's kicked it into the 29-second bracket, still got about a half a second advantage over Pete running in that 2nd spot. Farshad Bagari 3rd, Sasha Taranto 4th, JP Hilton in the top 5. All Rock shifter drivers, your top 5 as they head up into the showcase. Farshad Begary in the top 5. Still battling right now into that 3rd spot. Still hit lap number 6 this time by. 6 in. Working on your 14 lap final, your shifters, and junior, masters, and seniors. Great battle up front. Your pole sitter, Everett Thomas, lost the lead when that initial green flag dropped. Dylan Gennaro outside, he took that top spot, then lost it, had a little problem off the chicane. And then it was Pete, he got up there. Now your leader up there, your pole sitter, Everett Thomas here at the halfway point. So 7 down, 7 to go. Everett Thomas, your leader. Pete Lasardi running 2nd. Farshad Begary 3rd. JP Hilton running 4th. Sasha Toronto running in the 5th spot. Shifter junior driver Zach Hollinshead running 6th. Jade Hubert, junior driver 7th. Masters driver Richard Lowe running 8th. 9th of Emilio Barnes Masters. Marcio Vera running in the 10th spot. That'll be out of the race Dylan Gennaro and Mike Crook. Jade Hubert, currently the junior driver, with a 29.873. That is a quick time right now for junior driver Jade Hubert. So they continue to cycle around right now, working on lap number 9. Everett, your pole sitter, continue to do battle now as your leaders work up through the tree turn. Everett Thomas, your leader. Lasardi running in the 2nd position. Then you got some good nose to tail racing for 3rd. Farshad Begary, JP Hilton. Good to see JP right there in the mix now. JP gonna look to the inside. He'll take that Tony cart and he'll move up into 3rd. So good run going, JP Hilton. So JP, good run going, starting in the 9th position. Now knocking on the doors. He moves up into 3rd. So how about that, JP Hilton looking for a podium finish here this afternoon. Good run going, JP Hilton having a great run. Neil works up through the showcase, hitting lap number 10 this time by. Your leader, Everett Thomas, down into turn number 1. Lasardi running 2nd, JP now 3rd. Farshad Begary, Sasha Toronto, your top 5. In the meantime, on the move is JP Hilton. He just turns fast time, 29.755 for JP Hilton. And JP hitting about 72 miles an hour. So he is definitely bringing it hard. Good turnaround for JP. Again, not the pre-final he wanted, finishing 10th. But he's on the charge right now. JP Hilton right now 1.8 seconds behind your leader as they'll work their way up to the bus stop. Pretty good battle up front. Pete still staying on the bumper of your leader, Everett Thomas. Boy, Everett now under the gun. Here comes Pete, closes it up through the tree turn. Now he's going to watch him as he comes by. Got a brand new leader working on lap number 12. Pete Lasardi will be able to take it away from Everett as they come off the showcase. This time by, we have 2 to go. Pete Lasardi down into turn number 1 as your brand new leader. Nice piece of driving there. Boy, did Pete kick up the afterburners. Boy, closed the gap up coming into turn number 3. And he was able to overpower Everett Thomas coming in the tree turn. Final 2 circuits to go with a brand new leader. JP Hilton solid running 3rd, looking for a podium. What a battle for 4th. Farshad Begary fighting them off as they work up through the showcase. Meantime, white flag comes out. Pete Lasardi gonna grab it. He's got 1 more circuit to go. Pete down into turn number 1. He'll work his way to the bus stop. Off at turn number 2, Pete's got about a 2.5 cart length advantage over Everett Thomas. Thomas trying to run him down. Final lap as they work into the tree turn. Pete Lasardi works off the tree turn, still holding about a 3 cart length advantage. Here they come up to the top part of the showcase for the win here this afternoon. Pete Lasardi will grab the win. Everett Thomas 2nd. JP Hilton will be on the podium. He'll finish 3rd. Farshad Begary will grab that 4th spot. Rock Junior winners will be Zachary Hollinshead, Jade Hubert 2nd. On the master side, Richard Lowe will grab the win. As they wrap it up, 14 lap final, your shifter. So again, Pete Lasardi, your senior winner. On the junior side will be Zachary Hollinshead. Masters win will go to Richard Lowe.
Now let's look ahead and get a recap on the full weekend.
it's championship weekend here at Ocala Grand Prix, race weekend number 5. Hello again, everybody. I'm Tony Monica, dealing with some very, very chilly weather here in the middle of December. And again, racing going to be very hot on the track. We've got some great points races, scholarships up in the air for grabs. Very exciting racing as we work our way into round number 5 here at Ocala Grand Prix. All right, catching up with Mike Dock, and Mike, of course, here with your son Shay this weekend, running the X30 Junior class. Mike, really is interesting that your son has not really been racing that long, but he's obviously come along very well.
Yeah, I've been working with him a lot since this summer. And, I said I'd never get him in it, and I got, said I better give him a chance.
Right now, your background, obviously a long history of racing, you and your brother Chad. How much of that experience from karting do you still be able to bring to your son Shay right now? I know times have changed, Mike, but how much does that bring to the table right now?
Times have changed a bunch, so, but luckily Chad's been in it, and I can learn a lot from Chad to get up back to speed, but that helps him out a bunch, and then just try to help him on his driving as much as I can.
You know, Mike, when you talk about the mechanic driver, you look at crew chief driver, how is the communication between you and Shay? Obviously it's very important. He comes off the track. Is he able to translate what's going on with the kart? How does it work now, being such a young driver and a newcomer to karting?
He's learning a lot. He doesn't have a lot of input on it now. I have to watch it a lot, but he's learning, and I'm trying to teach him what's pushing, what's loose, and just little stuff, when to get on the gas, and don't dive in the corner, all the stuff that everybody does, but I've done it in the past.
Mike, what do you look forward to now moving up to 2018? I know we seen Shay down there in Palm Beach again with the rock stuff down there. What are you guys looking forward to, and what kind of schedule do you think you're looking forward to 2018?
It all depends on money. So that's the big problem. So we'll go as many races as we can. We'll see, run some of the winter cups if we can, and we're going to go to Daytona, I think, and that's what the incentive last week was. I told him you need to go a little faster to go to Daytona. So, and he picked it up the last heat race real good. So.
Well, he's got a great teacher, a long-time history. You guys, you and Chad, racing over the years, and got a great teacher. Listen, Mike, thanks so much for your time, and good luck as you finish out 2017, and good luck in 2018.
Yes, appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you. Well, this has been an incredible finish to our 2017 Fall Winter Local Series. First-time champions. Again, we've seen some incredible racing here in race number 5. Weather very chilly, but again, it was a hot finish. Very excited the way we finish it out here in 2017. And again, not only with first-time winners, we also have our scholarship winners. Looking forward to 2018. Once again, don't forget to visit us on Facebook at Ocala Grand Prix. Also, visit the website, ocalagrandprix.com. Until next year, I'm Tony Monica. We'll see you in February.
I'd like to present to you the 2017 winner of the 4-year scholarship program of OGP, Bryce Haynes. Everybody, you have won a Florida prepaid college scholarship.
We're now joined by our 2017 scholarship winners. Again, first off, Evan Handberg and Bryce Haynes, both winners of the 2017 scholarship.
Thank Mom and Dad, my dad for being my mechanic, and I'd also like to thank my uncle and my grandpa for coming up here all the way from Miami and helping work on the car, get the lunch.
Evan, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Thank my dad, my mom, and my grandma and grandpa, and George, and Nate, Chad, Mario, and everyone that helped me this season.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
There it is, our 2017 scholarship winners here at Ocala Grand Prix. Well, today we're joined by the founder of Ocala Grand Prix, George Arellano. George, it's an honor to meet with you, and really what a successful story you have here with Ocala Grand Prix.
Thank you very much for allowing me to be here today, and I'm excited about everything I'm doing with the company. I surround myself with good people to fulfill my dreams, and they're doing a great job.
And over the years, we talked together about racers and what it means to bring stuff to the racers. But your roots, you are a racer at heart. You started out in karting yourself as a driver. Talk a little bit about back in the day when you were in the shifter kart.
I got introduced to the shifter kart through the Porsche Club. They told me, son, go learn how to drive first before you come back here. And I said, okay, how do I do that? And he goes, you need a shifter kart. Go ahead and do a whole bunch of learning and driving and racing with them, and then you can come back here. So I did that. I bought my first Dino kart. It was a 1990 shifter kart, 125 with a Kawasaki engine on it, and realized that I was at a disadvantage with equipment. And I came across another chassis, obviously, an off-site time made, but it was called the First Kart.
Okay.
And that was my real first shifter kart experience. And then I signed up with the local series in the state of Florida, and we started to do the traveling, and started at the local level, and then we did the traveling, and it got to the point where there was, in the state of Florida at the time, there was only 3 tracks.
Right.
So we had to bounce it back and forth, and then I started seeing that there was an opportunity for a business plan surrounding it with the development of putting in a track. And in 1997, I worked on it. In 1999, we broke ground and built the track here in Ocala, Florida.
Okay, over the years, though, as a racer, we talked about, George, you kind of touched on it. In the back of that computer, your brain, you were starting to, accumulate things what needed to be done. How can I help that racer?
The foundation of my direction in the business plan was to have the tools for success. Everywhere I went to, there was being set up for change. Nothing was focusing on driver development.
Right.
Nothing was set upon how to implement the tools that you have to work better. And you were out there by yourself, and you had to spend money to every change that you did. There was no real storefront like a motorcycle shop. When you walk into OGP, you have the sensation that you're at a racing facility, and we have the luxury of having the club kart participation, so that if you choose to want to cross the line from a club kart driver to a real race car driver, or a real karter, as we would say, you can do that.
Let me ask you this then, George. What goes through your mind now that you're hosting series like the Florida Winter Tour? You have SCUSA scheduled in. You have the World Karting Association. These are the premier series coming into this track. And what goes through your mind when you say, man, they're selecting this track? There's a reason why.
The true value of what we do here is we provide a service for the people who work hard for their money. So my guys, I teach them, all the track workers, everybody here, that you're in the entertainment business. Now, Tony, you've come to the track at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's pitch black, and there's 400,000 watts of lighting up the track, and there's 12 guys all working the track, brushing it, they're blowing it all off. When you make that right to come in here, we're going to race. Everybody gets excited because it's the feel, It's the feel because there's 12 people surrounding the whole track, and they're presenting, I guess to quote a moment in time would be, the opening scene of Days of Thunder. When they're showing you the guys prepping the track, and you're going through the whole point, and you're like, okay, there's something special is going to happen here. The other side of the equation is my track's very small. So when you look at the time period that we got to go through to get the racers through, it can be done very quickly. The challenge was to convince them to come to a small track. And the best thing I can always say is you got Talladega. In NASCAR, that's a small track, but everybody wants to go and race there.
Right.
Also, we strive in providing them the best service for the racers.
Right.
Everything's for the racers.
Right. Absolutely.
They're working hard to come out here and do something that they passionately love because they're part of a sport.
Right.
Karting isn't a sport per se as to turn on and off. You know, let me go back into karting next month. You know, I'm going to take a couple months off and just. You do that in karting, you're in the back of the pack.
Right.
Karting becomes a way of life. For those that are really hooked in it, they put their time in it. They really try to develop themselves. And at OGP, we have the schools. We have advanced karting techniques where we go from the basic fundamentals of an apex, how to attack it, look at it, not think in single movements. Think in 4-step movements. Okay, so when you approach the first turn, when you're going into the chicane, you're already, as you approach your entry, you're thinking of your exit to get ready for the next entrance, which is that short chute in turn 1. You know, we're changing your way of thinking. To do that, we got to speed up your brain process so it slows it down so you can comprehend it.
Right.
All right, talk about the development of drivers that have been on your team, selected drivers over the years since you opened the track, George. I saw the list with Troy. It's unbelievable how many drivers have come through here and successfully had racing careers after they're 18 and left the team.
Yeah, we do, and we're proud of that. You know, that's when you'll hear a lot of people say that I'm a quite busy guy and I wear different hats. I look at that as a principal at a high school. They graduated from high school, and then they ended up at Harvard, became a lawyer, and now they're a senator.
Right.
You know, you feel great about it, but we live through the accomplishments that they've done, but we're also taking their accomplishments and interpreting it for the next generation of kids.
Right.
I asked Oliver to come on to the show, and Kyle Kirkwood, and Austin Garrison, all of them, and they all said yes.
Now, something that's very unique here, George, at Ocala Grand Prix that we don't see at any other racetrack that I know of in the United States, around the country, is a scholarship program. Touch a little bit, George, on the process of the scholarship. How does it work? I mean, and first, how did you come up with this?
I sat there and I have a foundation that I give away scholarships, programs outside of OGP, outside of everything. And I got to touch bases with that level of giving. I don't have I have 3 board members that sit on my board, and we look at the schools that we're going to be doing applicants, and then we go from there. Here at OGP, it was a passion to do this from the day one, but I was never in a position where we could do that. And we introduced it last year for the first time, and we did 2 classes. And they're successful. They've got their scholarships, and it's exciting. And so then this year in 2017, we had 4 scholarships available. And here's the part that I don't understand. 2 of the classes were not taken advantage of. Nobody signed up for it. There's no extra fee. All you got to do is go to the first race and all the races in between and finish the season. If that one person would have signed up, they would have gotten a scholarship.
That's incredible. That is.
Nobody did it. I mean, there were kids that participated in one race, but then they went to do another national race or did something else. Nobody won it.
When you talk about the scholarship, George, it's a 4-year, full-blown out scholarship.
4-year university, and the first year we just did the 4-year university. This year, the second year we did 4-year university, but only 2 people won it. We're eliminating the class that nobody signed up for in 2017. And probably in the next few days, we're going to be making an announcement that it's going to be back to 4 classes, but there's going to be a total of 8 scholarships to win. Wow. So we're doing, the announcement's going to come out to is the Rock and the Miami engine, and the Rock Junior and the Rock Mini. and those two won two, first place and second place of those two classes. And then in the Miami junior and Swift Mini,
Okay.
first and second place on those two, will win a 4-year scholarship. And the rules are they have to maintain a B.
Okay.
They have to participate and win the championship at OGP. There are no drops, and that's it.
So let me ask you this. What goes through your mind now that we're seeing Rubens Barrichello, he's here racing with his children. Emerson Fittipaldi is racing with his son Emo, had his son Emo racing here. The list goes on. Juan Pablo Montoya. To me, it blows me away.
These are great, legendary people that you're talking about that have done a career worldwide, world recognition. First person that we had that came through here was Ricky Rudd. My secretary at the time, she was a very large NASCAR enthusiast, but she was an elderly woman. And so he goes, "Hi, my name is Ricky Rudd, and I was just wondering if the track was open." And she responded, goes, "I don't have time for jokes like this." I mean, why would Ricky Rudd actually call Ocala Grand Prix to see? He's got staff. He's got. I don't play games like this. And she hung up.
Wow.
So he calls back, and I answer. He goes, "Hi, I'm really Ricky Rudd." And I go, "Great, I'm George Ariano." He goes, "Well, the person who answered the phone just hung up on me." I went, "Okay, we'll get to the bottom of that. What can I do for you?" And he was like, "Well, Daytona 500 is coming up, and so we want to practice." And I was like, "Okay, when do you want to come?" "I'll probably show up there on a Monday, Tuesday, right before Speed Week." And I'm like, "All right." And I called up Charlie, who's our race director, and I said, "Charlie, I need you to come in on Monday or Tuesday to be out here at the track." I go, "I need you, if you're willing. I got a VIP who's coming." And he's like, "Well, George, my wife and I are planning to do something." And I go, "Okay, well, his name's Ricky Rudd." And then there's a long pause on the other side of the phone, and he goes, "Well, I guess I can work my schedule around that."
I mean, it is great. It's got to be an honor. George, listen, congratulations. I know we didn't even have to tie you down to the chair to get a word with you and spend some time with you, but it really is a great insight on Ocala Grand Prix, and what a great place. I'm honored to be here working. I mean, it's a first-class facility. Obviously, we can see what's going on here and how it's developing into 2018 with all the series, but it is remarkable, and it is an honor, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and it was a good time.
I did too. It was good. It was nice to go down memory lane when karting was such a...
Thanks for making it all possible. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Ocala Grand Prix. Also, visit the website, ocalagrandprix.com.